There has been an unprecedented surge in the sales of condos just in the last year here in Toronto. So it seems the Condo Act, an updated Condo Act, seems long overdue, as the approach was considered and rejected in 1978. Here to find out exactly where we stand today, Tom Wright, who is a board chair of Condominium Authority of Ontario. Where do we stand with the new rules on 1978?
It does seem like a long time ago.
I didn't know there was such a thing as condos in 1978, to tell you the truth.
And I think that actually that's what reflects today. In Ontario today, you have 1.6 million people who are living in condos. There's 700,000 condo units in Ontario. And I think your point is well made around what was it like in 1978. Certainly nowhere like it is today, which I think is very much what the changes are addressing in terms of the development of condos, people understanding their rights and responsibilities. More directors have a lot of responsibility when it comes to the boards they're on. These condo corporations and the condos themselves can be very large. They can deal with significant amounts of money. They deal with matters such as awarding contracts and just generally the day-to-day of the bylaws of the corporation.
So someone who owns a condo right now, maybe they're not even involved with the board in any way. They don't even know what they do. They just go home. They pay their fees, et cetera, et cetera. What's the most important rule they need to know about in here that maybe they didn't even think about?
I think one of the things that the Condominium Authority is going to provide is easy to use information about the rights and responsibilities that a condo owner has. And a lot of what we find is that people, and I think you made the point, don't really understand what it is in terms of being in a condo. How does it work? What are common elements? These kinds of things. And also there's issues around if they do have a problem, how do they deal with it? This information will be available online through a website that the Condo Authority will have. The organization actually starts up on September 1st. It's basically a graduated process. There will be director training that will help assist these directors, support them in the jobs they have to do.
The most important thing, I think, is people need to know what these rules are, because a lot of times it's not important, you know.
That's right.
So how do they find out more information? And how do they actually get through to you and say, listen, this is a problem that I'm having or that my neighbors are having?
Right, and the first thing is, and I think the condo board is the place where you start. If you are living in a condo, that's the place you start. If you don't get satisfaction in terms of responding to your question, that's where the Condo Authority does step in. We provide information online. We can assist in other ways. And ultimately, starting around November the 1st, there will be an online dispute resolution system, which any condo owner can access if they have a dispute that simply hasn't been resolved to that point.
Do we need a bit of a house cleaning here in Ontario, do you think? Is it time? What's the condo system like in Ontario right now? Is it a mess? Is it disorganized? Is it in need of repair?
No, I think what's happened is it's evolved, as we've discussed, and these changes, I think, are addressing that evolution. And I think they couldn't come at a better time in terms of people who are getting into condos, all that's being built. It's just good timing to have them coming into effect, and over the course of the next year or so, they'll be in place.
Yeah, because condo sales just in the last 12 months have absolutely exploded in Toronto. Everybody thought the bottom was going to fall out, but it's amazing. Absolutely
Not for condos.
Amazing. Yeah, so you need to know your rights. What's the website?
It is condoauthority.ontario.ca.
condoauthority.ontario.ca. Know your rights. Learn about them.